Shalom. Let me get straight into this lesson. Got a lot to get to on this lesson, so I'm gonna prove to you that America is the revival of the Roman Empire. And why is that so important to know? Because that's a big part of biblical prophecy, right? Pursuant to the book of Revelations, chapter 13. That's a real heavy breakdown. So I'm going to show you that America is the revived Roman Empire, and the Roman Empire were Edomites. So that's how you know it's the same people in power. And that's how you know the so-called white people, whether they call themselves British, Australians, um, Britons, British, Australians, Americans, white people, Jewish, right? These all are the same, people. Esau, Edom. Like, they call themselves the French, the Spanish, so on and so forth. So let me get into this book right here. It says the Roman Empire, the Empire of the Edomite. So this is very important to know so you can really understand what's going on with biblical prophecy and who's ruling the earth right now. So I'm going to go to page 9 and I'm going to get into all this other information. Lord willing, I can get to everything. Right, so page 9 of this book, who is Esau, the Roman Empire of the Edomite, right? So right here, it says unspeakable at the very top. Then must our astonishment be when we perceive that is the grand secret that certainly discovered and disclosed more than 1200 years ago, that the true answer to the question whence came the Romans may have been returned and even registered in writing. It says before the birth of Hamashiach that the response proceeded neither from Greek nor Roman, but from the despised Jew. Let me get to the point. It says right here, it says the Romans came from Esau, who is Edom. The Italian, the Italy, Salakia, is Idumea, which that's a Greek way of saying Edom. It says Rome, the Bozrah of the Hebrew prophets. So yes, the people that's controlling this world right now, that has relabeled themselves white, Australian, British, so on and so forth, are Edomites. I'm going to prove that to you, and it's the same empire that has been rebirthed, right, during a Renaissance, right. That's a big part of biblical prophecy, right. So let's go here. Let's go work all this out. I say, okay, did you know this? So Washington D.C., right, was originally named Rome, right? It says Washington was originally named Rome, Maryland, right? I'm gonna read some of this. It says Washington hid Roman legacy. Do you hear this? Why all this is going back to Rome? It's the same architecture. It's the same government. It's the same the eagle, right? I'm gonna show you all that. It says Nelson in Washington D.C. at the very top. History is a surprising connection to a little known place, Rome in Maryland. This discovery offers a unique glimpse into America's past. Right here. It says in the 17th century, a vast estate of 400 acres existed southeast of what is now Georgetown in Maryland, owned by Italian culture enthusiasts. This land is ambiguously named Rome. Do you hear this? Trying to see. Let's see. Salakia. It says at the top, the visionary behind the American Rome was Francis Pope, who acquired the land June 5th, 1663. So you hear this. So this goes back into Washington, D.C. was originally named Rome, Maryland. Let's keep going. Salakia. Let's work our way down. So when you go into the branches of the Edomites military, you know what I'm saying, I'm sorry, not the military, the military as well, but the branches of government, right? I'm gonna go down a few of these right here, right? So you have the United States presidential seal, right? And this is Latin on here at the very top, right? Why is Latin on there? Because it's going back into the Roman Empire, which this is all Rome. which we know the Romans are Edomites, same people. Um, it says the Supreme Court they got the seal as the eagle, and it's going back to Obadiah and Jeremiah 49. I'm gonna get into that, right? The United States of Commerce, you know what I'm saying? The Department of Defense. You see the eagle. It's eagle is everywhere, right? It's a representation of America, right? And I can keep going on and on the Federal Reserve buildings, the eagle, right? The United States Marines, the eagle, right? Department of Navy, right? Salakia. I mean, Department of Air Force, the eagle is everywhere, right? So the Department of the State of the Department of State, the CIA, all this is the eagle, man. Right. So let's keep going on. Let's keep moving. Right. So you go to ancient Rome, which we know the Romans were Edomites. This is the revised Roman Empire. So we know the people that's running this, that's relabeled themselves white, are Edomites. You see it in Rome, right? The same thing in Rome. It was a part of the eagle was a part of the Roman government, like mascot. Let's go here. Got to get through this kind of quick. I said, what animal represents ancient Rome? It says the eagle. It says in 102 BC, decree by that the eagle alone become the defining emblem of Roman power. Do you hear this? Let's keep moving. So we know the national animal that represented Rome was the eagle. You go to America, right? It says right here, the founding fathers, the devils, made an appropriate choice when they selected the bald eagle as the emblem of the nation. Right here, the fierce beauty and proud independence. So there's no one that's more prouder than Esau Edom, who exalted himself as God, right? It says the great bird, symbolized the strength and freedom of America. So it's you seeing a connection. Let's keep going. And you go to Revelation 13, I'm gonna have to do a thorough lesson on that to break down those beasts, right? So this was actually Washington D.C., right? If I'm not mistaken, the U.S. Capitol building. And you look into the left. So to the left is ancient Rome, the same architecture, the same structure. They had coliseums in ancient Rome. Now they got football stadiums and soccer stadiums. The same setup. It's the same empire. Right here. It's the same thing. You go to ancient Rome. This is what America was fashioned as ancient Rome because this is a revived Roman Empire. Let's go to the government. It says Rome versus the United States. Right? It says right here at the top, the Roman Republic in many ways, the Roman Republic was very similar to the way in which the United States government is organized today. Do you hear this? Right here, I'm just kind of going through the executive branch, right? Elected by assembly, ruled in chief executives for 1 year, right? And then, the Senate, they had a Senate in ancient Rome. They got a Senate in the United States Senate, the House of Representatives, right? I mean, the House of Representatives is and then you got the United States Senate, if I'm not mistaken, but that's all the Congress, is makes up the Congress. You got the judicial branch, which would be your Supreme Court on down those circuit courts, right? Legal code, citizenship, right? So let's go here. In the Roman Empire, you had a two system, right? Like you got the Republicans and you got the Democrats. So they had some called the patricians and the plebeians, Salakia, if I'm saying it incorrectly. It says at the top, the patricians were a wealthy land-owning noble class in Rome and often owned enslaved people, right? So right here at the top, patrician. It says the social structure of ancient Rome at the very top revolved around the distinction between the patricians and the plebeians, right? So that was right here. The Roman citizens were divided up into two distinct classes, right? There you go. So you go to America, same concept, right? You have the Democrat and you got the Republican Party. right? So the Republicans usually represent wealthy people, right? And the Democrat is usually a representation of the poor people, right? So let's keep going. On the back of a dollar, you have an eagle, and on the back of this dollar, you have Roman numerals and Roman Latin on here, right? Which goes back to ancient Rome, right? Then you got the Illuminati, all that. That's a whole nother lesson. But I'm gonna show you. I'm trying to zoom in. The eagle is on that dollar, right? The same representation of Esau, Edom, the Edomites, going back into the book of Obadiah, right? So let's go there real quick, right? So this talking about Esau. This is how he's gonna, find out who he is by the clues, right? Because he will hide his identity and call everybody pseudo nationalities. Obadiah 1:1. The vision of Obadiah does said the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom, who's this dealing with Edomites. We have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh, an ambassador is sit among the heathen. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. Let's go back into this great battle that's getting ready to come. You see what's going on in the so-called Middle East. So-called Middle East. That's new speech. I'm gonna do a lesson on that. There's so much to get to, right? And it's gonna go into the eagle, right? Give me 1 second. 1 second. All right, let's go to 4. It says, Salakia. Let me go back. Let's go to 4. It says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee. So these are proud devils, right? Salakia. Let me go to 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, right? So that's the mascot. That's a representation of Esau, Edom, the eagle, because they fly the highest, right? And that represents pride, right? Right. So that's the why the eagle, and for other reasons, other characteristics as well. But that's the mascot. Esau, Edom is the eagle. It says, though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So you see the same connection with the eagle and Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Let's go here. Let's go here. So Jeremiah, Salakia. Give me 1 second. Right, so this is the book of Jeremiah 49 and 7. It says, concerning Edom, thus said the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, is there no more wisdom, more in Teman? It says, the counsel perished from the prudent, and their wisdom is vanished, because you devils, you're exposed now. You know what I'm saying? The Most High put the spirit on you, on us, to expose who you really are, right? So you can read the rest of 49 and down to, let me see, down to like 22, right? So yeah, you can read the rest up on that, because I'm running out of time. But I wanted to go into the Senate, right? So the Senate, that's something, you heard that phrase, you know what the Senate is. It says a smaller upper assembly in the U.S. Congress, most U.S. states. And then number 2, the state council of the ancient Roman Republic and Empire. So this is literally the same system, the same reincarnation of the Roman ancient empire. Then you go to the Statue of Liberty, right? So the Statue of Liberty comes from Libertas in the Roman Empire. It says the Statue of Liberty, it says, give me 1 second. It says the statue at the top. The statue name derives from the goddess. It represents Libertas, a Roman deity personifying freedom. There you go. And you got something called the Statue of Liberty in New York, right? So this is who is Esau Edom, right? So-called white man, the J people, the French, the Spanish, the Australians, the British. These are the people. Call Hala Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Brachat Kodash. Shalom.